Rust is changing. The devs in Rust are always listening for player feedback. And while sometimes people cry that they don't do enough, or that they're not working on the right thing, this month pretty much everyone is in agreement that they're doing everything right. Coming this update with Force Wipe, Rust as you know it could very well change. With changes ranging from nerfs to the ever-annoying shotgun slug meta, to changes that will break so many bunkers and change how we build bases forever. Buckle up, as this month the devs have been incredibly active and we've got a lot to cover. With all of these changes coming, I have the perfect update for you. With today's sponsor Pine Hosting, you can rent your very own server to play with friends, test builds, and just play around in peace and safety. Right now, you're in luck, as with code REX, you'll save 30% off on your very own server. This allows you to rent a server for as little as $8 a month. As one of the most affordable and high-performing options, you can't go wrong with Pine Hosting. Featuring tons of server locations including NA, EU, and Australia, you will always have the best ping possible. Pine also comes backed with a unique AI system that'll scan your server and detect issues before they become one. With Pine, modding a server is easier than ever has been before. Using a one-click plugin installer, Pine can add and remove any plugin without the normal hassles. If you're ready to start your own community or just want to play with friends, use the link in the description and code REX at checkout to not only have an amazing deal, but also help support the channel. Players, creators, and just about everyone have been complaining over the current state of Rust. With some people asking for a complete removal of the tech tree or begging to have recoil reverted, the devs have been actively working to try to improve the situation at hand, with some of the changes simply being quality of life and others being an absolute change to PvP, roaming, and even building in Rust. This is going to leave some previously loved bases completely useless, as well as shake up the PvP scene. But without any further delays, let's jump into what to expect this Force Wipe. For a long time now, pump slug meta has dominated and cursed the island. With players beaming you from across the map, the prevalence and power of the slug has changed how many players counter, grub, and even defend their bases. But no more. Coming this Force Wipe, pump slugs will be receiving a major damage nerf at longer range. This means absolutely no more pump slug sniping. With a reduction of damage by 50% at anything over 40 meters, they're actually going to be a little more deadly in that 10 to 20 meter range. But at least they won't be snipers anymore. This could not only reduce the annoying deaths, but also cause people to gravitate back towards traditional weapons. Additionally, and with the attempt to boost PvP and roaming, there will be some major monument changes and overhauls. Starting off with the water. The waters in Rust have become an easy and quick way to farm a ton of loot in a relatively quick amount of time. This has reduced landing counters, and something's gotta give. And it has. Cargo will now be spawning less often, oil rigs will take longer to respawn, and underwater labs is getting the boot. Well, not completely, but a reduction from 3 to 1 labs per map, as well as changes to other water monuments, is gonna see a lot more players returning to the land. In addition to being less viable for loot farming, diesel, which was previously best to gather on the ocean, will be coming to the land. And while I know a lot of smaller groups and solo players out there think this doesn't matter, but Rust is actually giving us more reason to collect these black barrels. You've probably run into one of these, a pump jack. And if you've been playing on a quiet enough server, you've probably even tried to run it. Turning fuel into crude with a bad exchange rate and a lot of noise, most players ignored these landmarks entirely. It was simply never worth the risk. But now devs will be changing these jacks to rely on diesel instead of low grade, and with that will come an increase to their payouts. This could possibly see a relic of the past become once again useful, and this could promote more people to actively hang around them. Additionally, building is seeing a massive overhaul, with things like roof pieces being able to rotate and changes to the way ceiling tiles connect. In addition to making roofs easier to place, this should allow us to place ceiling pieces in the middle of walls without having to go out and build weird contraptions or half walls. While this won't provide additional stability or security, it should definitely make things a little easier to get your base down. But before you start rejoicing over these changes, there is a massive downside. The previously popular roof bunkers that many players have grown accustomed to and relying on will be no more. With this update comes a massive overhaul in socket detection, and this will simply mean that bunkers like this will no longer be possible. Additionally, we might be seeing the death of any bunker relying on stability. This could mean goodbye to the offset or god bunkers. While not confirmed yet, it does seem the devs have finally taken a stand against bunkers, which, after a brief period of being bannable as a glitch, had become mainstream for Rust for the last several years. Additionally, it looks like weak points in builds could again be exposed, removing previous exploits which cause walls or windows to detect as hard side if there was a floor in the middle of it. This is likely to anger a lot of players as they scramble to find a new base design, but most certainly will open up new possibilities and perhaps interesting new build designs. Additionally, while in the subject of building and raiding, raid costs and healths of some items such as armored doors are going to be getting a change. This will see an item like an armored door which previously had 1000 health reduced down to 800. Leaving the build side and returning to quality of life, many players love lockers. Allowing us to easily and quickly change into kits, a locker is an essential part of keeping things moving. And to that end, we will likely be seeing an entirely new deployable, the weapon rack. With this, we should be able to display our favorite weapons with all of their attachments in all of their glory nicely on our walls. This could be huge for defending your base as well as utilizing some previously useless space on your walls. In addition to a reduction in the time it takes to craft gunpowder as well as all types of grenades, this could help see more people out fighting and less people hiding in their base. While in the realm of guns, we could actually also be seeing a buff to the damage and range of the P250. This could help bring a weapon that's rarely used back from the grave, as well as actually being able to toggle fire modes on guns, with guns such as the MP5 or LR actually having a built-in burst module which actually reduces the aim cone when fired. This could make burst fire much more viable, where currently it sometimes feels like a waste or a gimmick. Leaving the realm of guns and builds, we wander into the car enthusiasts. Where previously some people avoided cars due to the attachment to a physical key, which posed a lot of risks, cars will actually now have the option of having a code lock. This alone will see much more competition over vehicles and is sure to be a massive overhaul in the transportation in Rust. While most of the things mentioned so far have been pretty much guaranteed in the next patch, there are some other hidden gems being worked on behind the scenes that might have a slightly longer release date. With things like airships being hinted at and worked on, it's possible we could see flying bases or even monuments in the future. Of course, all of these changes are subject to change and could be changed before the patch. They do, however, tell a story of a massive overhaul and possible changes to the way people play the game entirely. What do you think about all of this? What kind of concerns do you have, and what are you looking forward to the most? Let me know down below in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more builds, guides, tips, and updates coming in the future. Until next time, good luck on your wipe, and peace out.